Hi everybody, it's Tuesday evening. For those of you who saw my video last night on my dinner for one and prepping for today, you know I'm home alone and I'm quite enjoying it. Uh, I do like having the place to myself because when everybody else is here, as much as I adore my beautiful, beautiful beloved and my gorgeous two stepchildren, who I like to refer to as bonus kids. I don't really like the word step, they're my bonus kids. Um, I adore them, but I spent so many years on my own before they came along, and it was such a huge transition several years ago to suddenly not have the house to myself, to suddenly not have the place clean and tidy and not mess everywhere. Clean it up, turn around, mess. Huge, huge transition. And it's been challenging. I won't lie to you. It's not easy to suddenly have a family overnight. And it's been a journey. And one day I might write a blog post about that. Actually, I think that would be really cool. I'm quite aware that there's a few of you following who happen to be in the area where I live that are part of step families and blended families. And I think it's such a fascinating topic that doesn't probably get talked about as much, but is definitely a more common experience for so many people in modern life. Anyway, I digress. The house, it's quiet. I like it. And I'm used to it. And even though it's very easy for me to finally have some peace and quiet, to sit down and read, to catch up with some video watching or reading blogs or catching up on what colleagues are doing, planning out things that I need to do, it's still easy, even after getting into a routine, it is still easy to forget the time, not realize how much I've been sitting on the computer, how long I've been there, and forget that I actually need to eat dinner. That would be very good. So I'm going to do that. And for those of you who haven't had dinner yet tonight, who maybe you're sitting on Facebook right now and seeing this in your feed and thinking, oh yeah, another video, I'm going to watch it. Well, thank you, one, for watching, and two, get off your ass and go and make some food and nourish yourself because it's really important. And it's something that, whoa, in a big, huge, long journey of 18 years with my eating disorder, I had to ferociously learn. I had to really not fight. I don't want to say fight because the word fight, fighting against yourself, fighting against your body, fighting a disease, fighting an eating disorder, it's struggle. And I always teach my clients who are going through different challenges or diseases or even cancer, when I'm working with them, I teach them not to fight against that which is, because self-acceptance and accepting of what's going on for you and learning, exploring and embracing it is such a more enlightening and empowering way to move through challenge and change. So I don't want to use that word fight, but I just want to help you help yourself in a flowing way, an easier way to recognize what's going on for you. So if I hadn't have gone through the journey that I went through and challenged myself to make self-care a priority, to stop the self-talk and the ED behaviors of skipping meals and finding every excuse under the sun why I couldn't eat a particular food, or why it wasn't time to eat, or why I didn't deserve to eat food or feel nourished or feel love or happiness or acceptance or worthiness, whatever it was. If I didn't go through that process, if I didn't get to this point, then I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be a ball of mess like I used to be, still operating within this little self-perfection universe of trying to have everything my way and keeping it in order and just so that I felt safe and comfortable and in control. And I think that's the biggest thing I learned several years ago when Beloved and the kids came along. And I suddenly had this huge wake up call. I am not in control. I can't control anything. I can't control, like a 7 and 9 year old. And now they're 14 and nearly 12. I have to let go. And I learnt to let go. I learnt to let go of that and go with the flow. And I learnt to also make myself a priority, because that's super, super important. And that's a large part of my work now with my clients, because they've forgotten how to do that for themselves, just like I forgot for 18 years and didn't think I was worthy of it, felt guilty of it, or bad about wanting it. And that ED voice, in my experience, telling me I couldn't have it. There is no ED voice in my head now, but there is some people refer to your negative self-talk as you're in a mean girl, or you're in a mean man, if you will. I don't really like to give it a name. It's just my thoughts. And I like to remind myself and my clients that I'm not my thoughts. A thought is just a thought, and it can be changed. So I'm not defined by my thinking. I can think about something. It doesn't mean that I'm going to do it. It doesn't mean that it's going to come true. It doesn't mean that that's making me a bad person if I have a negative thought about myself or somebody else. It's just what it is. And that's part of the accepting and the allowing, instead of the trying to fight against it and control it. And it can be a huge game changer in your life when you start to look at things from that perspective of not fighting against it, not trying to control it, not trying to mold it into perfection or your definition of success, but simply allowing it and accepting it, embracing it, and moving with it, and trusting that you'll know how to cope when the time comes. So right now, I've got myself up off the computer chair. I've recognized the time. I've recognized that I need to eat. I need to nourish myself, and I am worthy of it. I deserve it. I require it, and my body is telling me it's hungry. So number one, self-care. Listen to your body. Allow your inner wisdom to guide you. And I'm going to do that right now and go and make my dinner. Peace.